What's going on, YouTube? So you want to learn how to play every country song ever on the acoustic? Well, you've come to the right place. So this is something that I always talk to some of my friends about, is how a lot of country songs nowadays have the same couple of chords and the same sort of strumming rhythm pattern, just with little licks on top of them. But this isn't saying anything bad about country music. This is just saying formulas work. Music is very formulaic, and especially country music. So this is just going to show you that if you have a capo and a guitar and can play 4 or 5 chords, you can pretty much play any country song that's out right now. And actually, I mean, this is for pretty much a lot of popular songs, but in particular, the first strumming pattern I'm going to show you is for every country song. So, for instance, the song "Yeah" by Joe Nichols has this strumming pattern on the capo on the 4th fret, but "Play It Again" by Luke Bryan. There's just so many songs that have the same. Looks Like Carolina. I mean, there's so many different songs that have the same strumming pattern. So the first thing you need to know is, if you watch my Wheels lesson by Foo Fighters, it's the same chords as that song, which kind of funny, right? But for this example, I just put a capo on the 4th fret. It doesn't matter where you put it. It just depends on what your vocal range is. But most songs have these chords. They're just on a different part of the neck. So the first thing you want to learn is the C add 9. So if you know how to play a G chord, again, I'll show you how to play a G chord. Middle finger on the 3rd fret, first finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, and then you want to put your ring and pinky finger on the B and the E string. So if this is your first time picking up a guitar, or whatever level you are, these chords are going to be very beneficial to you no matter what you're trying to play. If you're trying to press the lays by playing country music, or if you're just trying to learn how to play guitar. It's up to you. So let's take that G chord, and let's move our fingers down one set of strings here. So now, instead of having your middle finger on the E string, put it down to the A string, and then move your first finger down to the D string. So that's going to be our first 2 chords. So I'm going to go from a C to a G. Okay, easy enough, right? And then our next chord, so how you play an E minor is up to you. My cat's trying to get in my water. How you play an E minor is up to you. But the way you play an E minor is by putting your first 2 fingers on the 2nd fret of the A and the D string. So all together, first finger on the A string, 2nd finger on the D string. You want to let that ring out. So you can play every single string on this. But for today's purposes, take that E minor and keep those fingers down, like from the C and the G. So basically, in this pattern, these 2 fingers aren't going to move until the last chord. So to an E minor. There's our last chord, a D. So if you don't know how to play a D, first thing you should do is put your first finger, so you're not going to play these top 2 strings. You're only going to play the last 4 strings. So take your first finger and put it on the G string of the 2nd fret, and take your middle finger and put it on the E string of the 2nd fret. And then what you want to do is you want to sneak in the ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. And there's our last chord. So this chord may take you a while to get down, which is okay, but Rome was not built in a day, but country music was. But just kidding. But these are the 4 chords you want to play. C to G to E minor to D. So every country song I've ever listened to has the same little strumming pattern. Here's the strumming pattern. And I'm going to include the hammer-ons that I think is always on there too. So if you don't know what a hammer-on is, it's just when you play a note and you immediately put your finger on right after it. So I'll teach you what more in depth what a hammer-on is later, but this is the strumming pattern that I've seen. Tell me if it sounds familiar. That song sounds like "Play It Again," "Talladega," and "Yeah" by Joe Nichols all at the same time. Just listen to it. Those are pretty much the chords that they play. Now maybe in a different tuning, that's how you play every single song. So the hammer-ons that I throw in is I do a hammer-on with the E string. So I'll do a C to a G, hold that for a while, and then I'll play a hammer-on with these two strings, hammer-on to the E minor, to the D. So here's kind of the strumming pattern. I don't like to say up and down, down up, down up. It's more of a feel thing for me. So it's kind of just like play a C, immediately actually play a C, go to a G. So down, up, down, up, down, 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 hammer on to an E, to a D. So that is how you play pretty much every country song. At least most country songs have that strumming pattern. So, and you can also throw in some hammer-ons here and there. So. Flavor it up, but you can write any country song using those chords. And you can move it up. So let's move it up to the 2nd fret, play the same chords. Now you have a whole new song with the same chords. So that's the first one. So get that one down, and you'll be good to play a lot of songs. So. The next one I'm going to show you is the quintessential G, D, E minor, C progression, which is in most songs. So for example, let's put it on the 4th fret. This will be the chords for Jason Mraz's I'm Yours. So let's take that G chord, but after the G chord, not going to the C chord, we're going to go to the D you learned earlier. So I'm not going to show you how to play these chords again. I will show you how to play a C, but I'm not going to show you how to play the E minor, the D, and the G again. So we're going to go from a G to a D to a D, and after the D to an E minor, then to a C. So a C, it's the same thing how I showed you this earlier, but this time, so a C is one of the more tougher chords to learn, but you put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, and then you skip a string and put your 1st finger on the 1st fret of the B string. So it should sound. So when you practice C chord, you can try and play it like this first, then just bring that 1st finger in. I mean, you can also play it like how we played it earlier, but it's going to be a little tougher. But it sounds the same, right? So the only difference between playing like a country song in this way and playing Jason Mraz is you just play the notes longer. So let's just take so Cruise by Florida Georgia Line. It's these 4 chords. My windows down. And that's the entire song. G, D, E minor, C, over and over again. Okay, so now let's take that same progression and let's switch genres. Let's go to Jason Mraz's I'm Yours. But instead of switching after 1, we're going to switch after 2. So well, you know about me, I bet I felt it. Same thing, right? However you strum is up to you. I mean, it's as long as you know how to switch during the song. When you listen to the song, you'll understand when to switch chords. And I'm not gonna go into 4 bars of this, 2 bars of that. It's just. But yeah, I mean, you learn these. So basically, it's the C, the G, the D, and the E. You can play most songs. I mean, most songs out there at least. You can at least attempt to make it sound like most songs out there. But the country progression is going to be that C, G, E minor, D with those little hammer-ons. Pretty much every pop song and most songs is going to be the G, the D, the E minor, and the C. So, if you have any questions, go through the video again, watch the chords, how to play them. You can Google how to play the chords. But this is the secret to getting the ladies and how to learn how to play every song. So, go out there and score some chicks by playing country music and playing 4 chords, because you're gonna think you're a guitar guy. So this has been Nico. Thanks for watching, guys, and please subscribe.